Yes.
Sorry to wake you, Senator. It's about Origin.
What happened?
There was an uprising. F.E.A.R has taken command of the prototypes.
My God.
We can still resolve this discreetly, but we have to move fast.
Oh, all right. Let me make a few calls.
You have one new message.
Yeah, this is Chet in accounting. Nobody seems to know what's going on, but we've been hearing a lot of loud noises. Have you guys heard anything over there?
End of messages. You have one new message.
Mike, what the hell's going on over there? It sounded like an explosion. I can't get through to anybody. Call me back.
End of messages. You have one new message.
Hey man, I heard something crazy's happening over there. You alright? Let me know. We're still on for Friday, right? Call me back, bro. I hope you're alright.
End of messages. You have one new message. First message from
Ian Hives. Hi, Bill. It's Ian Hives. Look, I just got your email. I wish I could give you some more background on this, but it's strictly need to know. Hell, I don't even know what all this is for. For now, look, just focus on the specific contaminants in the task summary. Maybe I can fill you in a little more once we've completed the survey.
End of messages. You have one new message. First message from an outside number. Peter, it's Carla at Hudson Avionics. Where is everybody? I can't reach anyone over there. I need to talk to Brett about this draft he sent over, but he hasn't returned my call. It's really important he gets back to me as soon as possible. Okay? Thanks. End of messages. You have three new messages. First message from
Chuck Habiger. It's Chuck Habiger. I've analyzed the readings and I'm recommended we suspend Perseus till we can figure out what's causing the synchronization. The patterns are identical to what we saw last time, but obviously the consequences would be a hell of a lot worse.
Next message from
Chuck Habiger, I got your message. Maybe you've forgotten that when this happened before, F.E.A.R was only a child. And the fallout of that fuck-up was that Origin had to be permanently shut down. This time we're talking about a highly trained military commander with a telepathic link to hundreds of soldiers that don't think for themselves. If you're worried about being behind schedule now, imagine what'll happen if we end up with a full-scale revolt.
Next message from
Marshall Disler. Hi, it's Marshall. Just got off the phone with Chuck Habiger. Really worried about his findings. He said he talked to you about suspending the program temporarily, and I've got to agree. If there's even the slightest chance of another synchronicity event, we've got to take it seriously. I'm gonna head over to the Perseus compound and check things out myself. Why don't you give me a call on my cell and let's discuss this.
End of messages. You have one new message. First message from
Ian Hives. Norton, it's Ian Hives. Look, Alice Wade stopped by my office this morning. I feel a little awkward saying this, but, well, I really need you to tone down the innuendo around her. It's not that I personally give a rat's ass, but the last thing we need right now is a sexual harassment case drawing unwanted attention to this task force. It's supposed to be a secret after all, okay? Thanks, Norton.
End of messages. You have one new message. First message from
Harlan Wade. Mike, it's Harlan Wade. Chuck Habiger seems to think that people are blowing smoke up his ass on this Perseus situation. Now, I don't know which one of you shitheels over there is calling the shots, but you'd better stop digging around fast, because the readings are getting worse by the minute. It's really a simple choice. You can either listen to the expert advice you're being given, or you can brace yourselves for the ass fuck of the century, because it's coming. You mark my words on that.
End of messages. Have one new message. First message from
Marshall Disler. Hi, it's Marshall Disler. Looks like you were right about the energy signature. It's identical to the original. Still trying to come up with an explanation, but I figured you'd at least want confirmation. I'll be in touch when I know more.
End of messages. You have one new message. First message from Alice Wade. Hey Aldous, it's Alice Wade. I put some photocopies in your mail basket. It's a bunch of news articles I dug up about Auburn from the last 25 years. There's a surprising amount of corroboration of the physical symptoms that old woman told us about. Seems a lot of people over the years reported feeling uncomfortable or nauseated after spending any amount of time there. But if it was some kind of chemical or biological contamination, why didn't the city find anything in the soil or the groundwater? It doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh well, I'll talk to you soon. End of messages. You have one new message. First message from
Marshall Disler.
This is Marshall. Look, something's happening over here at the Perseus compound. I can hear gunshots, but the security system just went down, so I don't know what the situation is. Just send all available security teams to lock this place down. I'll call back once I have a better idea what's going on.
End of messages. You have one new message. First message from Genevieve Aristide. John, it's Genevieve. It seems the Senator's plan failed. His Special Forces team has been unable to neutralize Fettel. We should assume the worst. Instruct the security force to repel all outsiders. We need time to clean things up. End of messages. You have one new message. First message from
Bill Moody. This is Bill Moody. Sorry I didn't get back to you sooner, but we got a little behind schedule. I'm still out here at the South River Treatment Plant. Anyhow, I've got some preliminary results for you. All the compounds you had me test for are present, although the concentrations are significantly higher than expected. I should have a complete report on your desk Monday morning. I'll talk to you soon.
End of messages. You have two new messages. First message from
Bill Moody. Hey, Janice, it's Bill Moody. Ian Hives sent me down to the South River Treatment Plant to do some wastewater analysis. I'm concerned about my findings since that effluent comes from residential areas. It may be originating in Auburn, which might actually explain a lot. I'm going to send you a copy of my report so you can make sure the proper people are informed.
Next message from
Ian Hives. Janice, yeah, it's Ian. Look, I wanted to give you a heads up that you might be getting a call from Bill Moody. I think the best course of action would be for you to act like you give a shit about his concerns. I think all he really wants is to believe that someone in authority has taken the ball and running with it. I fucked up by blowing him off, so I'm guessing he'll run to you. Anyway, look, just let me know how it works out.
End of messages. You have one new message. First message from Genevieve Aristide. Ian, can you send me copies of any materials your task force has put together on the origin anomalies? Harlan is supposed to be updating me daily, but apparently he's got his hands full with the grudge he insists on carrying. I hope he's not dribbling too much poison in people's ears. I take full responsibility for what happened to the team, but wishing won't bring them back. In any case, now's not the time for assigning blame. We have to work together as a team to get through this crisis. Thanks so much. End of messages. You have one new message. First message from an outside number.
Hey, it's me. Call me, okay? I'll try your cell phone.
End of messages. You have two new messages. First message from
Harlan Wade. Alice, it's your father. You've got to get out of there. You're in danger. Get to my office and find my laptop. There's a text file called Proteus. Hurry.
next message from
Aldous Bishop. Hey, it's Aldous. I read through those news clippings and I definitely think you're onto something. I'm going to see if I can track down some other people who lived or worked in the area during that time. Even a couple of interviews would help. I'll keep you posted.
End of messages. You have one new message. First message from
Harlan Wade. Hi, it's Harlan Wade. I've been trying to get hold of Genevieve all week, but the bitch never picks up her fucking phone. Now look, if you see her, tell her we're in deeper shit than I thought. Her brilliant idea of reopening the vault set something in motion that I can't explain and I don't know how to stop. I sure hope she's happy.
End of messages. You have one new message. First message from an outside number. Hi, it's Sue. It's about 2:30. Guess you're in a meeting, as usual. Anyway, just wanted to make sure you got my email about tomorrow night. Sorry for the short notice, but we won't have to stay late. Call me back when you get in. Bye. End of messages. You have one new message. First message from Alice Wade. Hi, this is Alice Wade. I just wanted to give you a quick status report. We're still collating data, but it's pretty clear that whatever happened to Auburn wasn't because of the usual socioeconomic factors. The downturn was actually a symptom of people avoiding or leaving the area for other reasons, which we'll summarize in our presentation. One more thing. From what we can tell, it all started about 20 years ago. I'll let you know when we've got a clearer picture. Thanks. End of messages. You have 3 new messages. First message from
Harlan Wade. Hey, Phil, it's Harlan. I'm pretty sure Genevieve is considering some pretty drastic measures to cover her bony ass. I'll tell you straight up that I'll be fucked if her or any one of her little toadies is going anywhere near the vault. She already caused enough damage thinking she could just march in there and start over from scratch. If she comes to you for backup, remind her that we locked that place up for a reason.
Next message from Genevieve Aristide. Phil, how are you? It's Genevieve. I haven't seen you at Maurice's lately. We should get together for happy hour once this mess blows over. Speaking of which, I have a favor to ask. I know you and Harlan go back a ways, so I was hoping you could try to reason with him. He refuses to forgive me for sending those poor people into the vault, as though I'm happy about what happened. I made a mistake, but I don't see why everyone else should have to pay for that. Anything you can say to get him to see reason would be appreciated. Next message from Genevieve Aristide. Hi, it's Genevieve. I just want to remind you that the Origin facility was a liability long before this situation erupted. I was simply trying to clean up an old mess. I was hoping we could renovate or even repurpose the site, but clearly the risks are unacceptable. I see no alternative but to destroy it completely. If you have a better suggestion, I'd love to hear it. In the meantime, I have a company to save. End of messages. You have 2 new messages. First message from
Harlan Wade. Genevieve, Harlan Wade here. I got your message. First off, please don't presume to know my feelings. It's insulting. And don't lecture me about burying the dead like some fuckwit shrink. The bottom line is that we wouldn't be in this situation if you didn't ignore my warnings. And now you want to dig the hole deeper. Sooner or later, you're gonna dig right down to hell.
Next message from
Phil Vecchio. I got your message, Genevieve. I think what Harlan is trying to say is that we should be leery of knee-jerk impulses. I understand there are some time pressures to consider, but we really need to be thinking strategically. Reopening the vault at this point strikes me as a dubious proposition, considering all that's happened. It's probable that we just be adding fuel to the fire.
End of messages. You have 2 new messages. First message from Genevieve Aristide. Harlan, it's Genevieve. Listen, I understand your feelings, I really do. But this is no time for sentimentality. If Origin is uncovered, every single one of us will burn for it. It's time we buried the dead, don't you think? Next message from Genevieve Aristide. Harlan, it's me again. If you want an apology, then I apologize. I was wrong. You were right. In any case, I want to be sympathetic, but the situation is urgent. I'm sending Mapes to take care of things since you seem reluctant to do what needs to be done. I hope you can find it in yourself to assist him. End of messages. You have 1 new message.
This is Greg at corporate. Scott Rasmussen's not answering his landline or his cell. You guys there at all?
End of messages. You have 1 new message.
Scott, Walt Gregg here. Word's coming down from up top to dump all data pertaining to an Origin. All tangential files labeled Perseus, Icarus, and Synchronicity are to go as well. Something big must be going down.
End of messages. You have 1 new message.
Scott, I'm not seeing any evidence of a data dump on my end. What's going on?
End of messages. You have 1 new message. First message from an outside number.
Greg again. Why aren't any of you people answering the fucking phones? Do I have to come over there and do this myself?
You have 1 new message.
It's Brett. Put together a team. We need to remove the source.
End of messages. You have 1 new message.
Hey, Davies here. Some suit from corporate just called and ordered us to destroy something called the Source. Does it mean anything to you?
End of messages. Have 1 new message.
It's Brett. I'm going to tell you straight up, the source is not something to fuck around with. Let me handle it. You pretend you never got the message.
End of messages.
It's me. I can't make lunch today.